good morning and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive look at the movie Big from 1988, directed by Penny Marshall and starring Tom Hanks. Incidentally, Tom Hanks was nominated for an Oscar for his performance in this movie. So the main sort of talking point, I think, is basically Tom Hanks' performance in this movie. He's what really makes and drives this film. It's a masterful performance playing basically a young boy trapped in a man's body. He's playing Josh Baskin, and Tom Hanks manages to capture the wonder of childhood innocence in some really touching scenes in this movie. There's a careful balance between comedic moments and slapstick, and also some more sort of emotionally sensitive moments and some poignant scenes. It's clever how the director has managed to blend those two elements very successfully together within this movie. So, for example, there are times when there is physical comedy and slapstick. There's the piano scene that everyone talks about in the toy store, where they're jumping around on the keys. And then there are the more sensitive, emotional scenes when he is trying to navigate a complicated and unusual relationship with the co-worker Susan, who is obviously a woman and he's essentially a boy. There is a romantic subplot that emerges over the course of the movie, and that helps to drive the story along as well. And that is Josh's relationship with Susan from the toy company. The chemistry between these two actors is really critical in this movie, and that's testament to the acting. Susan finds herself drawn towards Josh due to his emotional vulnerability that he displays. I think that the director has cleverly managed to navigate the complexities between the two characters given Josh's actual age. It's essentially a boy dating a woman. And actually the clever thing about their chemistry in this is it's not just sort of driven by love or lust, it's that shared sense of wonder between them that creates the genuine connection. So it's technically a coming-of-age story, although he's already an adult, you could argue. The film carefully explores the relationship between childhood innocence and adult responsibility and kind of what happens between those two places. The movie fulfills that fantasy about yearning to be older. A lot of kids experience that. They want to be a grown-up. They want to be able to do things that older people do. And it's that versus suddenly what happens when you are a grown-up. You suddenly have to earn money, have a job, pay bills, act responsibly, not play with toys. There's also a little bit of satire about the corporate world and how you can own a toy store, but actually the office environment around that is static and pretty turgid. There's some great scenes in the toy company and actually in the store itself where the two worlds collide. So you've got the childlike creative activity meeting the corporate kind of business-driven world and adult business practices. The film is highly enjoyable. It has there's an element of sadness throughout it. It has a bittersweet ending as well. I won't spoil it just in case you haven't seen the film. It's definitely worth seeing. I want you to see the film if you've not seen it already because it stays with you, this one. It'll stay with you for life. If you're a child of the 80s, I think this film will definitely resonate very strongly with you. There's good cinematography in this film. In particular, I think there's a few sort of scenes that I want to mention. First of all, there's the mysterious kind of playground, which you first see at night time, and then kind of on a misty morning when it's not there, there's just kind of a void. And there's some great shots, wide shots of that particular set. You've then got the scenes within the very corporate office space, and you've also got some really nice scenes in the toy shop. I like the otherworldly presence that you get, that sense of weirdness when you see the Zoltar machine. The eyes light up. Boop. That seems very otherworldly. I think fairgrounds are inherently nostalgic places because they're places you visit as a child and you maybe go back to them with children at some stage in your life too. So they really are used to great effect in this movie to really underpin that sense of nostalgia. The actual piano scene, the famous scene when Tom Hanks and his boss are kind of jumping around on the keys, employs a very wide scene and lots of fluid movements to capture the kind of the energy of them jumping around and playing that duet together. The lighting is very bright. There's a very joyful atmosphere, a carefree kind of scene really where they're just really enjoying themselves and letting it all hang out. There's some pretty powerful score behind the film as well that really enhances some of the scenes. The music is good. it enhances the emotional moments within the film. This movie enjoys an enduring popularity, I think, with audiences and has captivated people ever since the 1980s. I go back and watch this film over and over again because it's worth it. I think this film is a good family movie. It's suitable for a family audience. It makes you think about a few things. It does. There is some sadness in there, but that's good. So yeah, I like this movie. The nostalgia is dialed up to an 11 on this one. It's a great blend of, as I say, sadness, but also playfulness. The unusual romance element in the film is good too. It's not just boy meets girl, regular story. It's different. It's actually boy meets woman, but it's handled well. It plunges you basically back into the 1980s, and I like to be plunged back there. It was a good time. It's probably my favourite Tom Hanks performance. I liked him in most of his films. Saving Private Ryan, he was excellent. Castaway, The Burbs, and so on. He's been in more films than I can remember, to be honest, but I think this, if I have to identify one favourite movie, this is my favourite Tom Hanks one. He's really clever at just making you believe there is a kid in that body all throughout the film. Just the way he jumps around when he's talking to his friend, the way he eats stuff and just messes around. It's a really clever depiction. There's some really funny moments in it. Like, even when he wakes up and he's just kind of realised he's massive, he doesn't even fit into his own jeans anymore. His mum doesn't recognise him and assumes he's an intruder. It's just littered with comedy moments like that. On holiday a few years ago in Scarborough, I actually saw a Zoltar machine. It kind of surprised me, and I did wonder, was it worth putting in some money and making a wish? Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.